Hello, hello. Come on in. Come on in.
Welcome. Guys, today is Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, new and old, and the surrogate mothers, the auntie mothers,
Yes.
the mother figures. Mother's Day is for all of us. So.
I agree, but I disagree at the same time.
Why?
Because, yes, we can get a little recognition. It's just, I feel like it's kind of like, it's not necessary. I feel like, I understand aunts can be mothers too, etc.
Yes.
However, the actual mother, unless you have that kid full time, you deserve your Mother's Day, and that's just for you.
I could agree with you, but there are some people who play that mother role.
Yes,
and for those people,
yes, for those.
say,
Not me. I don't want. Sometimes people are sending me Happy Mother's Day. Don't send me it. I don't have no children 24 hours a day. I take them for a bit and they go
Send them
home.
back.
That's it.
Post them right back.
That's it. That's all.
When they're no longer fun. Okay, it's time for you to go. Time to go home. Take up your bag. You have your bag?
Where are your parents? Why are they not here? What
They're
is
late.
going on?
Go sit down by the door. Wait for them. Put on your boots.
Because being a full-time mother is all I think you guys make it look easy, but it really isn't as easy as we think it is. You know what I'm trying to say?
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, being a mother has probably been one of the hardest jobs I've ever had. One of the best, the most rewarding jobs, but honestly, one of the hardest jobs.
Shit, the pregnancy alone.
That's alone. And I had a great pregnancy, but I've had some friends who have had horrible pregnancies, from the onset. The moment they found out they were pregnant, it was just downhill from there, because they were sick, they got acne, they got mask over their belly, they got everything that is negative about a pregnancy, they experience it.
Swollen feet,
all kinds of stuff. I had a friend who was nauseous her entire pregnancy, not just the beginning, the entire thing. I have my friends who have had kids who've had projectile vomiting for the first 2 years of their life, all kinds of stuff you deal with as a mother. So it's a very thankless job.
Yes, I would have
honestly,
to say
it is one of the best jobs that I've ever had. Aww. I'm happy to be a mom. I am.
But you've actually been able to have a mother role and kind of a friend role at the same time with your child.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's actually rare. So
it's very rare.
Kudos to you. Actually, let me give you a little. I'm gonna give you a little cheer from one of the.
Thank you.
You got the nice floral arrangement here. You know what I'm saying?
Flowers for the mothers. But as you touched on it, having that balance, and it's something that it's sometimes hard to strike the balance of being a mother and being a friend to your child. Okay. Because I know a lot of old school people will say you're not supposed to be friends with your child. Your friend is for the road. As your friend is not the same as your mother, right? And I get that, and it's true. I think once there is a level of respect maintained, then you're able to do it, right? And I think you have to know as a parent not to pass your place and not be. It goes both ways. You can't be saying disrespectful things or saying reckless things with your child and expect that they're not going to want to or sometimes slip and do the same thing, right? So it goes both ways. But it's definitely a balancing act, I'm happy with the relationship I have with my daughter, but it didn't come easy, and it's something that we talk a lot. I talk to her constantly. Talk to her constantly. And I'm guiding her every step of the way. Yeah. I'm also, I think what contributed to that is also me being transparent.
Yes, okay.
Right? Not being judgmental, but also not hiding the fact that I make mistakes too.
Got it.
And I made lots of them when I was younger.
The one thing I can say that I admire about you and my sister as mothers is you guys, it's the words that you speak into your children. I noticed that you guys speak so much positivity, and it's you guys, that's something that if I were to have children, that is something that I would take with me, that I learned from both of you guys, is because you see it in the child. Don't get me wrong, teenagers go through their phase, but how your parent speaks about you, or how especially your mother,
right,
it's very important.
It is very important, and it carries with you. And because I don't ever want to be the responsible for causing my child or anyone else to have a complex or to have any issues or to have any, you know, trauma that I don't want her to. I don't want to be the reason why she needs therapy. You know what I mean?
Because our parents,
hello.
we love y'all, but those words,
yeah, because like you come in from old school generations and teachings and everything else that didn't always speak nicely, didn't always understand the power of their words.
Right.
You know, they expected you to just have tough skin and just have it roll off your back. They could tell you whatever and then have it roll off your back. So I think those, like my learnings and stuff like that is what I kind of brought that into my parenting with her. And I have a child who's sensitive, and I know that. So I definitely, I'm cautious with what I say and how I say it.
Okay.
But I also know when to like give her a good strong, hey, just stop this stupidness. Come on, like, you know.
What is it that you learned from, like, as a mother, what is it that you learned from your mother? Like, just one thing that you learned from her that you apply today with your child.
In my life or as a mother?
As a mother. Because today's Mother's Day, girl.
Today is Mother's Day.
I have one where I think is similar, but you can say yours.
Well, two things that I take away from my mother is that she has always maintained taking care of herself, and that's one of the lessons that I carry with me, in always presenting yourself in a good way, and always caring for yourself and your health and your well-being. So that's something that I try to instill in my child.
Yeah.
Is health and wealth in terms of taking care of yourself, eating well, exercising, all those kind of things. I mean, I could do some more exercise, huh? I ain't gonna lie. But
sometimes the men like the little cushion for the pushing. The little cushion for the pushing.
But definitely having, I mean, my story is not hidden. I talk about it all the time. I grew up in the first part of my life with my mother and both my parents, and then my parents got divorced. And then my dad moved back to Canada, and so I came with him. Like, he wanted us to have a better opportunity as, you know, his kids, and so we came here. So I didn't grow up during my teenage years with my mother.
Okay.
Right? So there's a lot of lessons that I missed because I wasn't in her presence.
Got it.
You know,
Okay.
I kind of only spent summers with her. So I didn't always have the hands-on mothering that I needed. But in later years, we definitely got back close, like very, very close. And, you know, my mother is the glue of the family. She's on my mother's side, of course, right? So she's the one who shares the love, and she's the one who keeps the family together, and she's the one who makes a great home, and she's great at like putting away the house and keeping it good and like all those things.
So you're just your mother then.
Those are the things I learned from my mom.
Like, I'm hearing you talking about. So that's where you got it from.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine that I was going to say you got from your mom was enjoyment.
Oh, yes.
You guys don't have an age limit to enjoyment.
Absolutely none.
So, like, in regards to, like, Savaya can sometimes come out with us.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
And it's all right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Because I go out with my mother. Like, when I got to a certain age, it was like, and I'm talking like 18. As soon as I could go out, I was partying with my mom. Like, we would go home for carnival is my mother taking me to the fets, you know?
The nice fets.
So, the good, all-inclusive fets. So, you know, but yes, that is definitely one of the other things that, and fond memories of that, you know, having those times.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I think it's sweet. Oh my gosh. So how is it like to be a mother? Like, I know you said you enjoyed being a mother.
Yeah.
But what, like, are there ups and downs? Is it all up?
So many. There's lots of ups, lots of downs. I think being a mother and being responsible for someone's life is like one of the biggest responsibilities that you'll ever find. And like, that was one of the things that gave me anxiety.
Okay.
Because I wasn't always a single mother, and I don't like using that term so loosely because sometimes people have their other parent helping them financially and physically with their children and rearing the children. They're just not together, right? So to me, that's not really a single mother, but I did have many years where I was the go-to person for my daughter, right?
Yeah.
So it gave me anxiety having to provide financially, not being able to pass the buck to anybody else, and also and also like um being responsible for like rearing somebody, like, and making sure that they're emotionally intact.
Yeah.
Bro, it's not like a pet, where I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm a dog mom, and that's great, but you don't have to give your dog self-esteem. You don't have to counsel them about being bullied at the dog park. You don't have to like
Wait.
it's a different thing.
Wait, hold on. Let's just bring this right back, because I have friends who own dogs, and I've never heard them ever compare having a dog to being a mother.
Oh, I've heard people compare being pet moms.
Why? Because you have to clean their
because
ass?
you have to take care of them, you have to feed them, you have to take them to the grooming, you have to take them to the vet, you can't just leave them in the house. All kinds of shit, and I'm like,
yeah, but it's deeper than that. Like,
exactly.
There's deeper than that, because at the end of the day, yes, you're taking care of the dog, but sometimes the dog is providing you with what
you would normally have to provide for your child.
Yeah, that
emotional support. Sometimes your little emotional support dog is working harder than you are. You know, so I hear people say that all the time. I cringe.
I'm judging y'all.
I cringe, because I'm like, I'm not taking anything away from you. Of course, you have a responsibility because you have a living thing that you're taking care of. I get it, but it's not the same thing as rearing children. It just isn't. It's not.
You didn't have the 9 months of labor. You didn't deal with the aftermath of you didn't actually deal with the delivery. You didn't deal with the aftermath of having a child. Most women suffer from postpartum.
You didn't have to have your body altered. You didn't have to have you didn't have to go to the gym for 9 months after that pregnancy.
And your hormones
you didn't have to,
are out of whack.
And even in rearing a child, you don't have to deal, your dog is not the same thing as a person. It's just not. So, but yeah, that was one of the things that made my heart jump to my neck, because I would be panicked about being able to provide for her, and also panicked about not making any mistakes to fuck her up. You know what I mean? Not saying anything or doing anything that could alter how she turned out.
So that's I guess one of the challenges is you don't want to fuck it up.
You just don't want to fuck it up. It's one of those, it's like a do or die type shit, and you just cannot fuck it up.
And it's crazy. I was having a conversation with my mother, and I was saying to her, sometimes you can do the best you can do as a mother, but you can't control the outcome of the child, right? You can pour positivity into your child, you can be there, and that child may end up being ain't shit. But I don't feel that as a mother, especially if you put in the work, that you guys should be so hard on yourselves.
Yes.
I think that you guys are so hard on yourself because you're not realizing what great work you guys are doing.
That's right.
I have a friend, as soon as I hear that bus come and the kids start coming out, it's just chaos. And I have to go. I have to get off the phone. Sometimes I'll stay, but I can only last for
a little bit.
Sometimes I'll be like, girl, call me back.
That's your out. You're like, I gotta go.
Because remember, they have to come home. They're tired. They put this and
then
they tell you everything about their day.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. So have people judged you because you only had one child?
Yes. Yes, that was one of the major things. And it's not because I didn't want to have more children. When I was young, I'm like, I'm going to have 4 to 6 kids. When I was younger, I always grew up, because I grew up with just me and my brother. So I always wanted to have a big family.
Right.
And I didn't have a big family. And then on top of that, my parents were divorced. So it was literally always just the 3 of us. We were the 3 musketeers. And so I always grew up thinking, I want to have more kids. But it just didn't work out that way.
Right.
You know, I had the one child, and honestly, that shit just took me out, dog. I was like, I'm good. And it wasn't like I didn't consciously make an effort to not have any more kids. It just happened that way. I just, because I was, again, a single mother, I did not want to have any issues. I didn't want her to have any issues. I didn't want no man coming around touching her or having to climatize her to nobody new and all that stuff. So I did not date for many, many years. Probably up until Savaya was 14 years old.
What?
Yeah. I didn't date. I was fucking, but but I didn't date anyone, and I didn't bring anyone around her because I didn't want anyone. I didn't want her to have to who's this? Oh, this is your uncle so and so. No, I wasn't trying to hear that shit. I was not gonna do that. So I was single. So because of that, and then after she got to a certain age, I'm like, am I really gonna go back and have kids at this time?
You're just like,
nah. And then I didn't really have a partner and everything else. I had somebody that I got into a relationship with after, but like it didn't work. So I'm now I am approaching grandmother age. Like I'm not trying to hear having another child right now.
Would you adopt? Or
I would adopt.
Okay.
I would adopt.
I can actually see you.
I actually would. I always wanted to adopt. I actually really would, and that's still open. I would just really want to be in a more financially sound place.
Yeah.
That I can provide and not have to worry, because that honestly
will get you.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 16 years old, I told my mom I'm adopting. I don't know if it was the universe already telling me, bitch, you ain't gonna get no kids.
Really?
Yeah. I told my mom from 16, oh, maybe even younger than, actually,
that you were gonna adopt.
Maybe younger, from
Really?
when I was in elementary school.
Oh.
I was literally telling my mom, I'm going to adopt children. I'm not having any.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know where that came from.
That's so weird.
I didn't have a particular reason.
Yeah.
I love kids because I had my little brother. My little brother was like my sidekick. So I was just like, my mom used to be like, that would be nice. You can do it. But you have to have your own too. You have to have your own too. But
as life would have it.
Right?
Yet. It's a yet.
You know,
you're not hard-boiled eggs yet. Like, relax. Relax, okay? So, don't kill
it's
me.
Mother's Day, so I'm gonna respect. I'm gonna respect
yes,
the day.
Don't say anything
I'm
about
gonna
being
definitely
mother,
respect the day. So, what is one good memory or lesson that you learned from your mother?
I just answered that one.
No, I said that you learned to mother your child.
No, you asked me about being what did I learn from my mother? I learned about taking care of myself, health and wealth.
But
and all
that's
that stuff.
A good memory, one.
And then partying. I don't have any other real good memories, like I said, because I didn't grow up with my mother, right?
Okay,
so
yeah.
It's every year when I go back home, we make new memories. Like that is,
Okay.
I didn't have the childhood memories.
But that's a good memory. So then your answer is every time when you go to Trinidad.
Which I already said.
Disrespect. She's just not going with the flow of the questions. Anyway, for me, I would say from my mom, wow, I've learned how to be a hard worker. And I think when I went to Ghana, I had a different appreciation for her because I saw where she used to live and I saw where she had to walk to go to school. And the fact that in the morning she would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, make cocoa. So cocoa is like a porridge. It's like a porridge that we have. Okay. And she would sell it before school.
What?
Yes. Then go to school and then come back to see if she can sell back and forth. And then there was one point where she's like, yo, this village is not even popping for me. She literally, no one forced my mom, and she relocated on her own. So
that's
first,
amazing.
Right, she relocated to the Cape Coast area. Then she relocated herself to Tema on her own. And she found herself a great job. She was doing, pretty much she was living kind of the life I'm living at this present moment.
Right.
So I learned that's and then she met my dad and she moved to Ghana to Canada. And that was it. But with my mom, it's the fact that she's always willing to ride and sacrifice certain things. And I realized, wow, how she rode for my dad.
Yeah. That's how you do it, right?
Some days I'm just like,
what do you mean?
But my dumbass, you don't even tell you about what do you, and then you say.
I can't even imagine. You would just say that but you are just the same nature as your mom.
All the way sucker.
You are not a sucker, you're just a giver. You a giving spirit. A giving spirit.
Too giving people just take advantage.
Right, that's true.
Yes, but I did learn that. Everybody loves my mom. There's nobody that there's something about her. She's very warm. She's very feminine. She's very, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. It's very soft. To us, she's rough, like a gangster. But
to others,
right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. My mother's the same way. She's very, very soft and very cheery and smiley and all these things. Yo,
I was at her house last week. You think I cooked? Listen, girl, I kicked my feet up, and she already had like fufu and soup prepared for me before I even got there. Like,
that's a mommy.
I gained 3 pounds when I left, and I was there for what, 2 days?
2 days. Happy birthday to Mel's mom.
Her birthday's August. I was just there.
Oh my god.
I was just visiting, being greedy. I'm like, she's actually a Virgo like you.
Really?
She's a Virgo like
good
you.
people. She's good people.
Look at my face.
Good people. Right?
Perfectionists, you guys are, but you guys are good people in general.
With good hearts.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
In general. Don't get me vexed there. You'll see the next side.
So what is the most rewarding thing about being a mom?
The most rewarding thing, I think, is seeing all that you've done and all that you've sacrificed and all that you've poured into your child.
Yeah.
Cause them to turn out good. You know?
Mm-hmm.
When I have conversations with her, when I see, you know, how driven she is and how motivated she is, and, you know, that she's a go-getter and all those things make me feel proud. When I hear her talk about, you know, her worth and her value, and recognizing that she, you know, I love that, and that I'm just like, yes.
Does it make your heart flutter?
Yes. Sometimes I look at her and I just look, and she's like, what?
You're acting weird.
You're acting weird. Like, so why are you looking at me like, what?
Did I say something?
Yeah. She's like, what? And then I'm just like, nothing. Why are you looking at me like that? But it's just, you know, you're just taking it in. Like, you created this person.
Yeah.
You helped form, and not that she doesn't have a mind of her own, because she does, right?
Yeah.
But you helped to shape the woman that she is, or the man that she is, your child, right? And so that is probably the most rewarding thing.
And I can understand why, because when I'm talking to Savaya, it's just like we're having a regular conversation.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm talking to someone really, really young. Like, I know she's young based on her experiences, but you can see that her thought process of how she thinks is well developed.
Yes.
And I also have to say, like, for most moms, you guys need, well, the moms who have younger kids who are in school, that should be something very rewarding, that you guys have been able to help your children go to work during this pandemic.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure your kids are not failing. So,
and even if they are, it's okay.
You did
just keep encouraging them, because this is hard for everyone to adjust. My daughter's having a hard time adjusting, but she's worked through it. You know, she'll come outside frazzled some days, tears some days. Like, this is hard some days, but you know what? She's resilient, and that's what I like.
Amazing.
And she's working through it, and she's good.
I have a friend who has brain injury.
Wow.
She has 5 children, but the 4 are still in school, and they each have their own computer. They all have their own laptop. So she has to be able to do the best she can to monitor, to make sure that they're all in class. And then
while she has her own work to do.
And they're in French immersion.
Lord.
She doesn't speak French. Well, now she can, can whatever, but...
I wanted to put Ryan in French immersion, but girl.
I think it's a good...
It's a mandate. You have to have at least one parent or someone in the home that speaks French.
They changed it.
Did they?
Because now...
back in the day, none of us you speak French? No, okay, well, she can't go to French immersion.
None of us, because I wanted to... None of us could get in back in the day.
Couldn't get in.
But I think it's because of the Google and the time, too, because they're not getting as much people coming in, because there's not that many French people in Ontario.
That's right.
They had to loosen it. So they were saying, if you don't speak French, you have to be able to, a tutor or whatever, be able to say that the kid will be able to continue on.
Right.
And I really do suggest a lot of parents even just attempting, because honestly, some of those benefits that they're getting during this time is not even comparable to the Toronto School Board, the Peel School Board. Like the other day, my friend's son was making cookies. That was just a fun program for them. It had nothing to even do with school. They give them like little mini cooking lessons. Even just learning another language is a fantastic thing, but especially learning French. If you're living in Canada, learning the other language of the country is a good idea. And then also, there's I think 2/3 of the world speak French. Like your child can travel anywhere and be able to converse with almost anyone. Yes. So
it's a good idea if you can get your child into French immersion to do it, because that's one of my regrets. I wish that I was able to do that for her. You know, I wish I could. I could have put her in, but I wouldn't. So I couldn't, I should say.
Is it so? Can I even ask you this question now? Because
like, you asked me this.
So, is there anything that you would want to do that you could do over in regards to your parenting skills or being a mother? You're like,
something I could do over
that you thought you could do better.
One thing I think I would do is, I think I was a little bit too, I allowed Savaya to make too many decisions. Not too many decisions, but like things with extracurricular activities.
Okay.
So I feel like I would have pushed her more into sports and into like dance or something. Whereas when she told, like I put her in dance and everything else, and after a while she was like, I don't want to dance no more. I was like, all right, you know, you tried it, you didn't like it, okay, cool. But like as a woman, I understand the importance of being in tune with your body.
Got it.
And also I think there is a level of confidence that comes when you get comfortable moving your body and being in touch with your body. So I think that was one of the things that I kind of slipped on with her as a girl.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have been one of the things I would have pushed. And then also, I mean, it's not really a regret because I teach her these things anyway. But like, see, financial literacy, like we talked about before, like that's one of the things that I'm very strict about because I did not get that. I did not have a parent that understood the value of credit. When credit came out back in the day,
we talk about every episode.
We did not know what credit meant. As because we didn't know, we were like, stay away from it. So we didn't understand the value. I posted something just today. They talked about the value of, you know, understanding credit versus debit and all these type of things, right? So it was like making sure that you teach your child about that stuff. So that's something that I would definitely probably have started the conversation a little bit sooner, but it's definitely a conversation that we've had.
Financial. I think that's because I guess too you were kind of young also.
Yeah.
So
floundering, bro. Like I was like, and it's funny because Savaya keeps telling me, she's like, Mommy, I had no idea that you were having a hard time being a parent. Like you made it look easy. Like I didn't know. I'm like, girl.
I'm telling you, mothers, if you guys don't complain to us or say anything to us,
we don't know.
No offense. It's like it's out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Someone who's not a mother, we don't care. Like we just see you managing. Your kids don't look So we're just like, oh, okay, she's handling it. And then one day they may tell you, and you're just like, oh, so I should have called you to ask you how you were doing.
I should have checked in a little bit more.
Right, because
I should have helped. Oh shit, I didn't realize you needed help.
I didn't even realize.
Right?
I was telling you with my friend with the brain injury. Well, for me, it's a little different because I don't drive, and she lives in Brampton. But I could have, but then at that time I was working the 2 jobs. But when I was listening to the difficulties that she was doing, having to balance all of that.
Yes.
She was even saying she was grateful for the call, the checkup, because I would check up on her once a week, once every other week, once a month, just to be like,
it was just an opportunity for her to get it off her chest.
I'm just there to be her vent.
Yeah.
You know, so like if you feel a particular way, how are you feeling? What's going on? What's the emotions? Yeah. And then we talk maybe once every week, and we talk for hours. Well, while I'm working, you know what I'm saying? We talk for hours, but I feel like sometimes that's what I can do to show appreciation for the work that she's doing as a mother,
it's
right?
Therapy.
It's hard.
Not everybody has an outlet. Not everybody has. I mean, even if you don't have the physical help, sometimes you just need to get stuff off your chest. Sometimes you're just carrying it. It's sitting right here, and you just need to say it to someone so that they can understand what the hell you're dealing with. You know, there's some people who have like really negative and like tumultuous relationships with the partner or the father of the child or whatever. So that in itself is a stress that you carry. You're tense, you're tight. Some people have a lot of financial struggles, and especially as Black women, we're so proud, right? We don't talk about what we're going through. We don't tell our friends or our family or whoever how we're really feeling. Sometimes you just literally want to fall apart. You're like melting down to the ground, crying in a bowl, like you're in tears, but you can't let anybody know. And that's what, I shouldn't say you can't, but we feel like we can't let anyone know.
Do you feel like people are gonna judge you? Like people don't think we don't think you're a good mother?
I think that's what it is. I think that's what a lot of mothers already have that pressure. They put their own pressure on themselves, right? That you're worrying about being a good mother. And then you also look around, and like you said, if you see it, everyone else is seeing the same thing. Mothers always seem to have it together.
Always.
So when you become a mother and you don't have it together, it's like, well, so what to you? Like, what are you really? What? Look at your condition. Like, what to you? Like, why you can't get your shit together? Right? So then you start to internalize how you feel and what you're dealing with, and you think you're the only one who's scrambling and who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
So I guess Black women in general, we just need to be more vocal about, and I
think it's everyone. I think it's mothers in general. I don't think it's exclusive to Black women, but I know, speaking from as a Black woman, I know we're very prideful, and and our community is not always as supportive as we should be. You know, sometimes we're just like, oh, don't, girl, that's part of motherhood. Yeah. All that in it. Like, you have to just deal with that.
Yeah, who told you to have those kids?
All like, those kind of things, right?
I've heard some really mean
things. Like some people have 2 kids, 3 kids. They're like, well, who told you to have all them kids? Now you can't find nobody to mind them. Now you can. And now you're struggling financially. Who told you? Like,
I feel you.
Shit, life happens, right? Yeah, so there's a lot of judgment, and that's why people start to internalize. That's why you find that a lot of people lose friendships when they become parents, because the people that they had around or thought were down for them are no longer around, not as supportive, not as helpful, and everything else. So there's a lot to deal with, but it's definitely a lot of pressure and too much pressure. Too much flicking pressure.
What was the best Mother's Day gift that you got?
You know, to be honest, the best gifts I get are always from Savaya.
Aww.
And
she's probably gonna be watching. She's like, yes, you better say it's me. You better say it's me.
It's true, but like ever since she was a child, she's an artist, so she would always draw me pictures. She would always make something. She would make a little box, pretty it up. It's always from the heart. It's always something from her hands. And I love those gifts the most.
Aww.
I do. I really do. I know everyone's like, that's so corny. But honestly,
it
would bring me to tears every single time.
But you look like you're crying.
I'm about to cry now. I cry easy.
I'm like, what's going on?
She's like, what's going on? Like, why are your eyes glossing over, bitch?
We got just shot.
But it's true. Like, I would always get, it's sentimental to me. I love when I love that. Like, her making me something. And you know what's so funny? She used to, when she was younger, of course, she didn't always have a job. Now she's a big horse. But before, she didn't have no job and stuff. And she used to feel so bad that she couldn't buy me something. That she could only make me something. And I'm like, girl, you don't even know. Those are the best gifts. And she's like, you're just saying that because you don't want me to feel bad. And I'm like, no, I'm so honest. Like, honestly, even till this day, if she makes me something, I still feel like, that's my gift. Like, she drew me a picture the other day for like a couple years ago for Mother's Day. Or it might have been my birthday, I don't even know. But it's framed and it's on my wall. Like, I love those gifts. I kept all of them. I have a bin where I kept all of the gifts she's made me. So those are the best ones.
That's sweet. So what was the worst gift that you got?
The worst gift would probably have been from her still, but it was the time she tried to make me breakfast and bun up everything.
Oh, poor baby. She's gonna be pissed at you.
I know, but she bun up everything. Like, she just didn't know how to gauge the stove.
What did she burn?
The pancake was like frisbees. They were like hard. She just, the egg, I hate. My pet peeve is burnt eggs. Like, you know, you could taste the burnt. Oh God, I hate
Did you
that.
eat it?
I had to eat it.
I had to eat it. Now Samaya's gonna know the truth. She's gonna be like, this.
She's gonna be like, really? Sorry, Maya.
You ate it. I thought it.
But I had to eat it, and I had to tell her like, baby, thank you so much for my breakfast. I love it.
And then you're probably going into the wash. You're like, what? Scrubbing the tongue.
Girl, burnt eggs are the worst. Burnt eggs with no salt.
Oh, baby. She was trying to be healthy.
Not about healthy. She didn't even know what she was doing. So, yeah, that was my worst gift.
Can I just give a suggestion for those who are buying Mother's Day gifts? Sometimes ask the mother what they want. You know, assuming you know what they want is not always what they really want. You're not even trying to say, ask the mother, like,
Yes.
in a nice way. Don't make it obvious.
Even if you ask her,
question.
like, a few months before Mother's Day.
Yeah.
You know, what does she need? What does she like? What does she want?
Yes.
Because you could still surprise her. You don't have to ask her, like, the weekend before Mother's Day. So, what do you need? Or what do you like? Or what do you want? Like, you can ask before that so that she's surprised when you give it to her, right? But honestly, you see, like, this whole thing where people like to give, like, appliances, unless she says she wants an appliance or towels or whatever, don't give her that shit for her freaking Mother's Day or her birthday. Don't do it.
So do you think an appliance should just be a gift to your mom? Like, just say, you know, your mom
just buy the microwave and put it on.
Yeah.
Don't come and hand me to no bowl and tell me, oh, happy Mother's Day. Like, so I could make y'all food, right?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Okay, so sometimes there's just gestures you should just give to your mom. It shouldn't be a gift.
It shouldn't be a gift for Mother's Day or for her birthday.
So what would be to you? What would be classified as? Because I know now you like sentimental.
I love sentimental gifts. I like experiences, so spas,
okay.
hotel stays.
Okay.
I love perfume. I love flowers. Like, flowers is my go-to thing. I will always smile when I get flowers. I love it.
Is there a particular flower that you like?
I love yellow roses, but I love
didn't know that.
all flowers. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not big on red roses. I think
don't
it's
like
because they're so commercial and so overdone.
I don't like red.
I really don't like red flowers.
I like blue because I'm a Crip. Oh, no, I'm joking. It won't come for me.
I know, right? But yeah, I love flowers. I'm not really a big candy eater. You don't give me no chocolates. I don't think I'm not into that shit. I don't like desserts, so don't get me a cake. Like, but like, you know.
Okay.
I like makeup. Ooh.
I know you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Womanly things.
Yeah, and again, like I stated, like, see how Tasha wants something specific. Somebody else might want something different.
That's
Sometimes
right.
money is also a very good option.
Girl,
for
I
Mother's
will
Day.
never.
Because we're not thinking about their gas that they have to use to go back and forth. I would just say, you know, give them a gas card, a gift card. Drop some money on it.
Drop some money on
a
that.
Nice good amount, not $20.
Make it rain.
If you're giving someone $20, because how much is $12?
Or $50.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. That is just one plate of food.
Yeah, right? 20 can only take you from like Mississauga to Toronto. I swear, back and forth return.
Buy good gifts for your mother.
Yes.
She gave you life.
She did give you life, especially if, and like especially for me, I'm not one of those type of girls who speak like I'm not the one that calls every day or whatever.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm like, okay, let me do something that is a little extra. So I take my time with cards.
Right.
Because I know she has a thing for cards. I won't just, you know, some people, they'll just go.
Yeah, just pick one.
No, I go into the store. I spend at least an hour.
Wow.
And I look through each card to make sure that it's a reflection of her.
Aww,
and then I know that she's going to appreciate it because she saves them. Those are the things, you know, she's Arajua, Malaysia knows how to buy the best cards. She buys the best cards. Aww. And that's something I'm like, okay, that's something I can do. Right. You know what I mean? Yep. Because I'm not like, you know, that daughter's going to be like, oh my God, I have a new recipe and we're going to do this tonight. It's just not happening.
Mom, we're cooking this on the weekend.
I'm coming there for the food. Sometimes I'm like,
did you cook?
Sometimes I'm like, I think I'm supposed to be a dude. I think I was supposed. And you know what my mom said? She goes, yo, I just found out when I went over that weekend, they wanted me to be a boy.
Are you serious?
Because they had Alicia. So, and then
it was time for the boy, yeah.
So the first child that they had in Canada, they wanted it to be a boy.
Oh.
And I said to my mom, and I was like, so you guys put this nigga.
You put that spirit.
You put this man's spirit in me. You spoke it into me.
Into you.
So it's not even, because I used to say to her, like, this doesn't make sense. Why am I not, like.
You sound trans right now, I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like you're coming out right now.
Maybe. You never know. Sometimes still chase. Hey. But like I was telling her, I'm like, I never have overly felt feminine. Like, never.
Really?
Not my entire life. Never. Like, I don't have the same, like...
You're feminine now, though.
Now, well, because if they get look a body, but babies still don't jump my ovaries.
Really?
No. I don't even know. Remember, I don't know if it was you I was telling you. I don't even know what my wedding is going to be like. Like, I don't have... Right? Like, I don't have it. And I laughed at my mom. I'm like... And then she goes, you know what? You're right. And then she was like, yeah, that. And then she was just like, and imagine this was like, what, last week.
Oh, man. That's the thing. It's like you just don't know. You don't know what your feelings are going to be. You know what I mean? But like for me, I always, when I was growing up, I was always a tomboy. I didn't ever think I was going to morph into being...
Oh, you're a woman. Like, you're just all woman, beautiful, all woman. People look at Tasha like, whoa.
Shut up.
Gorgeous woman. That's what you see, Tasha.
Stop this.
Everybody
I didn't always think that. I thought I was like a boy. Like, not that I thought I was a boy, but like I was mad hood. Like,
oh, back in the day?
Yeah.
Wait. I didn't, just because I say a woman, I didn't say that you exing the hood part. That part is still there. It's still there. It's still there. Till you die.
Till I die. Okay, till I die. And then I'm around all my brothers, cousins, men. There's always men around me. So I'm just like, are you talking? But anyway.
So what advice would you have for any new moms or any younger moms, you know, coming into this motherhood game?
Coming into the game. I would say that be gentle with yourself. I think mothers, like you just said, mothers are very hard on themselves. Mothers think that they have to have everything all together. They have to know what they're doing. They have to, you know, they have to have it all together. I would say be gentle. Understand that this ain't no game, honey. This shit is real life. And it's okay to make mistakes. I know, like I said earlier, like you just can't fuck it up. Like that's how you feel, right? But if you make mistakes, it's all about how you deal with making that mistake and how you recover from it, right? The other thing I would say is that reach out for help when you need it. Reach out for help when you need it. Ask for help. Take advice. You know, as much as you might be, everybody, you know, there's new age things, there's things, practices change, everything changes. But I would say like motherhood for the most part stays the same, even though a couple practices here or there might change. Right. Generally things stay the same. So reach out to people, ask for help, but also take the advice when you get it. Okay. I think that's one of the things that a lot of young mothers feel like, I already Googled this and I already know what the answer is. So you don't have to tell me how to do this. I already know. And that is, you know, I was like that too when I became a new mother. I was just like, look, I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do things like how they did things. It's different now. And it is. Some things are.
So but what, overall, as a new mother, because I know I remember, I'm going to give you one of the complaints and then I'll ask you, was this the same type of complaint that you had as a new mother? Yes. I remember one of my siblings had a daughter and people were complaining about the length of the daughter's hair. So, you know how like it's generally like, sometimes some kids have like short hair. And it's patchy. Sometimes some kids, whatever. That's how it is. And it was that constant pressure like, what's going on with her hair? What's going on? Yes. When is her hair gonna grow? You're not braiding it. You're not braiding it. You have to plait it.
Yes. Do you moisturize it? You put oil? You have to do, but do you put oil?
Can I tell you, I'm not a mother, but as soon as I hear those type of comments, I am on. Yes. Like I switch on. I'll be like, what is it your business? Right? What is it your business?
So for me, that's what I got for my motherhood was that I have a daughter who's slim. Oh. Her father is slim. Oh. And when she was younger, I would constantly get asked, are you feeding this child? So what exactly do you feed her? Because it looked like she's not eating. Is she eating? How much does she eat? But it looking like you eating the food and like she not getting no food. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't say
bro, yo dog. Or the other side of the family, because she's half Jamaican, they are like, yo, what's your mom so dog? Like, yo, you should eat, bro. Like, what? I'm like, can you guys stop talking about my child, please? First of all, I'm not eating her fucking meals. She's eating. And she eats enough.
Maybe that's why my mom was always forcing me to wear the shawls. Because people were at her.
So nobody don't ask her. She's feeding you. Because I used to be so angry. Like, what do you mean if I'm feeding my child? Of course I'm feeding my child. Like, she's slim built. Like, what the hell? Like, you know? So yes, those kind of stuff, those kind of like people's judgments, people look at your kid and they want to say all kinds of stuff because, or like if your child takes long to talk, somehow it's your fault. Your child's not talking, or like your child's 3, like I'm not saying words yet. Like do you talk? Do you read stories to them? Like do you read bedtime stories to the child? Like are you speaking baby talk to them all the time, or do you speak like proper English so that they understand what to say? Like all kinds of shit. Like you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger, I was that person. Because there was one time, like, I remember one of my nephews was like, gosh, 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 every time he's talking to me. I'd be like, yo, I don't know what the fuck he's saying, bro. Like, come on, like, is there something going on? Like, and one day I just blew up, right? But I didn't realize how it affected her.
Right.
Because when she told me all the processes and the tests that she did, I'm like, is it because of what I said?
Right?
I'm like, oh shit.
Because sometimes your child might have a developmental issue.
I was tired of the ush kush. I was like, yo, I don't know what you're, because I used to babysit the kid. And I didn't know what he wanted. I was getting frustrated. I'm like, you're at an age to talk. Don't kush kush me. Don't kush kush, what the hell does that mean? And now, now if you see him, big telling me about the psychology of the society. And
okay.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we as non-parents or people who are parents to judge other parents.
Reserve your judgment.
Reserve your judgment, because you really don't know what that child is going to become. Like, and that person who's bald can have hair up to here. The kid who talks slow is going to be a doctor or somebody. Like, I'm not even saying a doctor, but he's going to be fluent.
And the child who's slim could grow up and put on and be the tickers.
First of all, the slim kids are the best kids because we end up growing great.
Thank you.
We don't, there's nothing like, even when I'm a size that's too big, I still look good. Okay. So like, you have to start, mothers, you just have to start looking at the people that you know from the future or the past of what their experience is, so you don't feel bad that this stuff is happening to your children. Like, nobody's perfect. No kid is perfect. No. Everybody's going to go through what they're going to go through.
And the thing, the notion that people have is that everything that's wrong with the child is the parent's fault.
Yes.
Some things, absolutely. Some things, yes. But a lot of things are beyond your control. And no matter what you do and what you've tried, it just is what it is. And the other thing is, if you are so concerned and you are making a serious inquiry about what the status of a child, it could be your grandchild, it could be a niece, your nephew, it could be a stranger, whatever. It could be just something. But consider how you speak to that and like what the questions you ask, right? Because you might have a legitimate concern,
yes,
but how you deliver it makes all the difference, you know. So watch your words, okay?
Watch your words,
and don't pass judgment on mothers.
Because you guys are doing
the best you can. Like, sometimes they don't even have no point of reference. They're just scrambling, doing it on their own. Like, you know, on your ones, you don't even know what to do. So
we do have we do have some horror stories.
Yes.
we definitely will get into the
we're gonna get into these horror stories.
You want to read?
So I'll read the first one. Okay, so this one is from a mother who told us that my children bought me flowers and chocolates, forgetting that I'm allergic. I ended up in the hospital for Mother's Day.
All of her children should be ashamed of themselves. How could you be that completely ignorant towards something? Like, right? How?
I'm hoping that they were young.
I don't know the age. I don't know the age.
And they just like, here, mommy.
You know what? You know why I know? Because I told one of my friend's kids I'm allergic to shrimp. And the kid is only like 3 or 4 years old. And every time the kid sees shrimp, Auntie Mao, you can't eat that.
Oh.
Auntie Mao, you can't eat that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care if you're 10 and up. You should know and be ashamed of yourself that you sent your mom to the hospital. Shame.
Could you imagine?
Shame. Imagine.
That's terrible.
Imagine.
Ugh.
I never talk to my kids. I'll never talk to them.
I'm banned for the rest of the week. So this next one, every year I ask my children for something specific for Mother's Day. They buy me something totally different.
This is what I'm saying.
We just talked about that. Listen, if your mother tells you what she wants, get her what she wants. Just get her what she wants. And if it's too expensive, y'all team up
together.
Even if it's just you or the single child, go to your father, go to your aunties, your uncles, your brothers, your grandparents, and say, yo, mom said she wants this. Let's see how we can get it for her.
Yeah,
okay?
come on,
Pull it together.
One day of sacrifice is not going to kill your heart.
Right.
It's really not. I have, so my children forgot Mother's Day and I spent it alone. I didn't even get a call. That really hurt my feelings.
Honestly, I would burst into tears.
Mother's Day is a commercial event.
Yeah. How did you forget?
It is on your calendar. It's on your phone.
That's intentional.
It's on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's on Facebook. You just ain't shit.
That's you can't forget Mother's Day. Like, the entire world is celebrating Mother's Day on Mother's Day. So you don't forget Mother's Day. You intentionally
did that.
Ignored Mother's Day.
And you ain't shit.
And you ain't shit.
That's like ain't shit all the way.
Right? Like, if your mother wasn't shit, then maybe I could kind of understand what would motivate you, but gosh.
And I don't know that mother's story because I guess there's always two sides.
There's
three
two
sides,
whatever. That's harsh.
That's harsh. Even if you weren't cool with your mom, like, you could have texted her and
said,
like, yo,
what up, ma dudes?
Happy Mother's Day. And give her a gift. Like, you know, those gifts with the fake flowers or something.
Exactly.
Do something.
So
don't be a loser.
Email, a little glitter email.
Yeah, don't be a loser. Don't be a loser. Religious holidays, fine. I can understand sometimes you're not really for that. But, like, I know Mother's Day is a commercial thing for profit, but it's also a way to show appreciation and gratitude for someone who gave you life.
Right. And if you take care of your mom and show her blessings, bless her all year round, then I can understand if you don't go all out for Mother's Day, that's fine. But if you don't do that all year round, then you got to subscribe to the commercial ass day of Mother's Day and show your queen some respect.
Yo, people don't understand. Okay? People don't understand the power of gratitude.
I'm saying.
Sometimes I think and I watch people and I'm like, you guys really don't understand the impact.
It goes a long way.
How far gratitude can go when you show somebody that, because I don't know. Anyway.
So this next one says, my daughter repackaged a gift I got for her birthday and gave it to me for Mother's Day. Girl. Sideways. I would be watching you sideways. I will give it right back to her. I'd be like, yeah, this is what I gave you for Christmas. I wouldn't even hide it.
If you, like, who does that? She probably forgot. She
definitely forgot.
She's probably one of those people who get lots of gifts, because I don't get lots of gifts. But you need
to make a note of who gave you the gift so you don't give it back to them.
Write it down.
If you see you got something, you're like, I'm going to re-gift this. Keep the little note or whatever, or put a note on it. Mom gave me this to re-gift to Auntie so-and-so.
That's embarrassing.
Because, man.
You can't even re-gift, I don't believe.
Not even in the same family.
You can't do it in the same family. No. It has to be like your friend, somebody,
coworker, something else, not never.
So my daughter forced me to babysit her children on Mother's Day, so she can go on vacation with her friends. But she lied to me and told me she had to work.
First of all, it's Mother's Day. I'm not babysitting. Don't try to pass off Mother's Day as like, oh, you can spend it with your grandkids. No. No. I want a bun a thing, drink some wine, and just chill out. I'm not watching children on Mother's Day.
You went on vacation to twerk.
You left your mom to do the work. Because she wanted to celebrate her Mother's Day.
Yes.
It's her Mother's Day. It's not her mother's Mother's Day. It's her Mother's Day. She's like, take them damn kids. Take them kids.
I'm going to say you went on vacation to twerk, and then you left your mom to work.
To work.
You ain't shit. You ain't shit. For real. That's crazy to me.
That's fucked up.
That's crazy. You're crazy.
So this next one is, my children clogged the toilet with package wrapping and ended up causing a flood. Oh God, on Mother's Day? You gotta clean up toilet water on Mother's Day?
Yo, I'm packing my bags and staying at a hotel for a day. I was saying, fuck them kids. Set up to the front of them, not with them. Right? I am gone for the day. I just need my day of peace. I just want peace.
That's such bullshit.
No, I just went to a hotel one time,
These
bro.
little fucking kids. Badass little kids.
I think I've clogged the toilet.
Why are you trying to shove fucking wrapping paper down the toilet? The garbage is under the sink.
They're so bad. Kids are so
freaking kids.
Experimental, not bad. No.
Okay, this last one. Whoa. I found out my husband cheated on me on Mother's Day because he gave me the wrong Mother's Day card that it was supposed to be for another woman. Well, I don't even know how I would react.
First of all, I would burn that fucking card. I'd burn it. And I told him, get the fuck out the house. Get all the way out. It's my day.
God.
I'm definitely
Mother's Day is done. It's ruined. Because you just found out this motherfucker creeping. So Mother's Day is out the door. But like the torment I would be feeling for like to start in his life.
What are you gonna What, are you gonna be silent about it? Just pretend like you didn't see the card?
Nope. I'm not gonna be silent about it. I'm not a silent one.
You know, I'd burn it right in front of him, right? Or I'd burn it or rip it and be like, are you...
The way how I would tax him for the rest of the year.
So you would still stay with him?
No. I told you. I'm a bun for bun, bro. I'm talking to your brother, your uncle, your daddy,
on
your
Father's Day.
Father's Day, you're gonna get a picture of me and your dad. If you look good.
Yo, we're at that age though that we could swing both ways.
That's sideways. No, he would get revenge for that.
That's seriously
for sure
on Mother's Day.
For sure.
And it's like if you have side things, you shouldn't be giving your side things any kind of Mother's Day gifts, anyways. But I'm not here to judge. But like, I don't know. That would be so hard. Like,
girl,
I don't think I could be with that person. I don't think I can. I don't think.
Bullshit.
Usually, I'm willing to, compromise.
Yeah.
But I don't think I
Not
could.
in that case.
Not in that
After
case.
you give this man, you know what things you have to go through? You stretch out your body, you do all kind of things, you're sacrificing every day to take care of him and the family. Mm-hmm. And then you're good on the day that you're supposed to be celebrated.
He's with you. Find out he's
Girl.
No, I'm sorry. Maybe he
He
gave
better
her the
don't
gift.
sleep that night. Don't sleep at all.
You remember those times when the kids used to burn the socks?
Yeah.
Burning socks, like bun up his foot them.
Don't sleep.
But anyway, we want that's it. But we want to just say like appreciation to all you mothers. You guys are doing an amazing job.
Yes.
Don't be so hard on yourselves. Celebrate yourself today.
Yes.
Because you are the shit.
And
like
every day.
Every freaking day. And then for the other moms,
yes,
who are the
mother figures,
yes, shout you out too for the time that you invested in other children's lives.
There's stepmoms, there's adoptive moms, there's there's so many who fill that role. The grandparents who've raised kids, raised their grandkids. Yes, we salute you. So enjoy your day today. We hope you're having all the blessings and everybody is like showering you with love and gifts and all the good things. So enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to enjoy the rest of mine.
Oh, happy Mother's.
Thank you, baby. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
On our Mother's Day edition. So talk to you next week.
Yes.
We'll be back.
Yes. Peace and love.
Bye.